Hello, you guys. Welcome to Foreign Blood TV. So today we're talking about Marcus of Atlanta Street Interviews. As we all know, he got himself in a situation with his content and whatever. And Marcus, you know what I wonder? Was this, well, not that I wonder, I know for a fact, this was your way of saying, hey, I can go interview someone else feisty and I can get a new crew and they're going to be better than you and they're going to generate me more money. Marcus, you're so busy trying to prove something to somebody. You proved it to yourself that you don't listen. You don't think. You have no compassion. You have no caring. In your video yesterday, it was mind-boggling when you said, pray for me, y'all. Marcus, a lot of people aren't going to pray for you. We should pray. First of all, we should all pray for each other. Let's get correct on that. But Marcus, you're out there doing things and you want people to co-sign to what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? We should be praying for the interviewees. Let's start there. You want us to pray for you? How about we pray for your interviewees? Because every last one of them are down bad. Is that who we should pray for? But you want us to pray for you? Wait a minute. Make this make sense to me. Once again, I'm a fair woman. When I look at things from all different angles. You want us to pray for you? The same man that has used his people for content for A, B, C, and D. It didn't matter what trauma you shared. It didn't matter, what scene you had him do on the other channel. Their stories never really mattered to you. You used them for $1. Their trauma situations, addiction, all that. But you want us to pray for you because you went and did something you wasn't supposed to. You know who we pray for? We pray for the children. We pray for people with mental health. We pray for people, and I'll even go one step further. When you're dealing with people with mental health, they make decisions that, logically don't make sense. They get caught up in stuff. We pray for people like that. People with physical ailments. You see what I'm saying? Elders. That's who we pray for. I ain't gonna say nobody. I'm not saying you don't deserve a prayer, but you won't get that from many. You want us to pray for you when in all actuality, in morality's eyes, you was doing something wrong. But you want us to pray for you. I'm kind of at a loss for words because now here it is. Woe is Marcus. Woe is me. But what's so crazy is you knew what you was doing was wrong. Everybody was in your ear. If it was a subscriber, somebody that just ran across one of your videos, content creators, whatever it is. It's not like you didn't have people telling you, hey, you're going to get caught up one day. Hey, what you're doing, it kind of ain't right. Hey, IDs, check IDs. Hey, 21 and over. Hey, people gave you so many words of wisdom and words of guidance, and you said, no ma'am, no sir. I run this show. I'm driving this boat. I'm the captain. Well, captain, you see where being the captain got you? Captain where? Because obviously it didn't work for you. Whatever direction you was going in, it turned around and it bit you in your butt. Now, there's a chance you might escape through all of this and nothing will affect you. And I said that in previous videos. Or there's a chance it could go either way. But the thing is, and it comes back down to, if you weren't moving a certain way, it's like we're all missing the memo. If you weren't moving a certain way, certain things wouldn't happen. If I go outside and I crash out and I do A, B, C, and D, I can't be mad if anything happens. Why? Because I put myself in that situation. Regardless what the problem is, what the situation is. If I was involved in doing wrong, I was involved in doing wrong because I am of sound mind. So now this is my question, Marcus. Are you of sound mind? Are you of sound body? Is there something going on up there? And if there is, that's okay. You wouldn't be the first, you wouldn't be the last. Are you of sound mind? When you went and did all these things, were you of sound mind? Yes, you were. You were greedy. You wanted the bag. You didn't care whose cost, whose expense, whose storyline. You didn't care. You didn't care how bad they looked. You didn't care how bad you looked. You didn't care about much of nothing. Anything that was supposed to mean something went right over your head. You cared about things that only meant things to you. Now let me tell you who's going to pray for you. Your family, your children. You know who we should be praying for? Your young adults. We all deserve some form of prayer, but pray for you for what? So then I go back to, you're of sound mind, right? You don't have any mental thing going on that could be controlling your decision making or things of that nature, right? This was all personal choice. Nobody forced you to do any of this. Did they or did they not? These were things you created. Well, I don't want to say created. These were visions that you created in your mind. These were things you thought of. Meanwhile, the whole time that you're building up this channel, you see what I'm saying? Whoever is willing to bust it open can get on it. We've seen you put junkies on there. We've seen you do some things. So that goes to show how your mind works. You want to be in the corn industry. That's what you try to even put yourself into the corn industry, but nobody wanted to see you. Nobody wanted your shower scenes. I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of little film out there somewhere where you want it. Trying to monetize it. Or you all probably already have monetized it. It just ain't on your website. You see what I'm saying? Can I feel bad for you at this present time? No, I can't. But I can say I warned you, along with many others. Can I pray for you? No, I can't. Because I knew what you was doing was morally wrong. Your moral concept has left the building, or maybe it's never even been there. You've let greed become you. You're selfish. I mean, I can pinpoint so many things. Pray for you for what? Why should I? You tell me why I should stand behind you at this time of need you're going through. So wait a minute. Nobody else in the world is going... Wait a minute. And on top of that, pray for you for a problem you created, a man of sound mind. So I don't need prayer. She don't need prayer. They don't need prayer. What about some of us just been thrown life circumstances that have just totally things we didn't even ask for, not things that we went out there. We didn't go out there and create our situations. Some of our situations were just dumped in our lap. And there's nothing we can do to get away from it. It's just what life's given us. So to see a man, this is what mind boggles me, to see a man who came from this great life, had these great parents, life was so good to him, he's at the top of his game, 6 figures here, YT money, DB money, you see what I'm saying? All these different monies, royalties, whatever, rolling around. And you went and created a darker situation for yourself. This is an example of everybody wants to be part of something till it's time to be part of something. You couldn't have been grateful for what you had. It wasn't enough. You couldn't have found any other way to try to make your money work for you. I mean, there's investments, there's this. I mean, there's just so many things you could have tuned into. But you said, no, 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 no. I want to do this. I'm going to open up this. I'm going to go on ahead and get this channel and, my busted open page and, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, the content wasn't coming from you, okay? Your content, and listen, once again, there's nothing wrong with using other people for content. But the lengths you were willing to go at others' expense was morally wrong in so many ways. Could have been considered lightweight corrupt. I mean, there's just so many words, but I just don't want to say them. There's no reason. We know what it is. A man that was just so happy with his life and just happy. And you put yourself in this situation. Why? Mr. College educated man. Because the reality is, you don't have the sense that any higher power gave you. You think you know it all. You don't know ish. What do you know? So then it takes me back to, do you have some type of mental issue that's controlling your thinking, your thoughts, your actions, there got to be a reason for this, right? There got to be. Because no way would this college-educated man put himself in this situation. And even though this situation might turn into a nothing burger. But once again, you allowed yourself to get in this situation. You let young adults trick you out your game room? No, they didn't trick you out your game room. You tricked yourself out your game room. You tricked yourself and put yourself in this situation. And that's what's so mind-boggling to me. You're the same man that had all the answers. You're the same man that everybody was dumb and this and that and that and that and that and that. Well, that's crazy because everybody you said was this and that, that and that, they all warned you. They all warned you. Like I said, even if this turns out to be a nothing burger, you were warned several times by many. So it's like, who is really to blame here at this point? I mean, so you've had advice from thousands. We'll say thousands. Most people just get to run across a couple people. But since you're on social media, you've ran across thousands of people that have given you some form of advice. And it went all over your head. Why? Because you were always only worried about the bag and your people. You weren't worried about the people you were interviewing or the people. You were worried about getting the bag and your people. Taking care of your people. Taking care of your people off of somebody else's struggle. Somebody else's pain, torment. It's just, and as much as we've all seen it with our own eyes. Everything you've allowed. It's like this is like a bad dream. This is really like a bad dream because this is what you've showed us. You've showed us. We haven't had to go anywhere to research but your channel. Or it's your interviewees exposing you. You were just, wait a minute, now T, I have so many questions. You're so happy with your man. I think not. T, you're so happy with Marcus, but here's proof, Marcus. We know that ain't what it is. T is just getting you for whatever she can. She went from this situation to having a sucker, an old sucker. Okay, that's the reality. T, your man was just laying up with. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sure he was doing that too. But why you guys were together doing things with one of the interviewees. But I know, T, as long as you get the money, as long as you get the bag, which is pennies on the dollar, once again, you're okay with it. I know why you're okay with it. Because, there's definitely someone else. There ain't no way you ain't got someone else on the side, because at the end of the day, Marcus has a certain look. And that look looked good to you when you were down bad. I get it. But now as you're going through life, we know your eyes work like the rest of ours. We like what's appealing to us. We know darn well that's not an appealing look to you. Compared to what's out there in the world, you can choose from what it is. You're just stuck in a situation. When you're stuck in situations, you have to accept certain things. Get it together, T. Ain't no way you're laying up with a man that does the unhouse, sis. And then comes back and does it to you. You let him kiss Max I couldn't even kiss Max on the face. That mouth been places it shouldn't even be. T, as a woman, if that's what you got to put up with, ain't no way I wouldn't be powering myself up so I can get as far from that situation as I could. Have a good day, y'all. Happy Tuesday. Let's week starting out. I hope it continues to be great. I'll see you later. Please like, hype, and subscribe to my channel. When you comment, like, hype, that pushes my video through the algorithm so others can see it. Thank you for your blah, 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 blah. Thank you. I be tongue-tied, y'all. Thank you for your support. I'll see you on my next video. Love you. Miss Anna, I don't know where you're at, but I love you, girl.